login and password, you're going to go in the nest.com and you'll get to this home page, something like this. There's so much information here, but if you look over here, the government updates, testing resources, I think that's an important button to look for. Also, as you scroll down, exclusive offers. So you've got all kinds of discounted opportunities for Nest suppliers, and there's the supplier guide. So supplier guide is a nice quick way to get to things that we sell and be able to get to the phone numbers. So here's the phone numbers of almost all the supplier guides that we're working with. And you'll also see the hotels and resorts. Again, you can call them direct and give our CLIA number and agency phone number, and you can book under our agency in that way. And that's the easiest way to start, as I tell most of my new agents. Go back to home button up here, and we start from the beginning. And I want to show you where the resources are. The resources, there's a learning button down here. That one's very helpful. Sales tool. You can get into the booking engines. A second way to book besides the phone is going to be in the back offices of all of the suppliers. So you can look into the supplier booking engines just here. And this will actually get you hyperlinks to everything that we sell as well. And this isn't all we sell. These are more of our preferred suppliers, but it's definitely going to be a great starting point. So you can see all of these places you sell, and these are all hyperlinks. So for instance, if you wanted to get to say Virgin Voyages, we sell a lot of Virgin Voyages, great travel agent and rates, great commissions. Virgin Voyages back office, when you get your sign in and you register, that's a quick way to get there. So this is a really one-stop shop. It's a great opportunity. And we have the sales tools, the booking engines again, and the booking engines again are Trip Express, and Trip Express is a third way to book. And the third way to book, you'll find, is very automated, and it really is a nice tool, especially for new agents. And you can also use this as a trip builder. So as a trip builder here or quoting device is really excellent because it helps to be able to tell people that they can do their trip and compare them. So you can compare 3 at a time. Yep, and go all the way down. And you can compare another. So I was comparing 3 of these trips, and basically 3 of these trips, you press the word compare, top right, and it'll come up and you'll be able to see all 3 trips. Now you could do this with different vendors, you could do it with different cruises, you could do different dates, of course, but whatever you're going to compare, go down here and you put the guest email address. I always tell people though to do it to yourself first. So if you actually send it to yourself, that way you're going to be sending it to your guests and making sure that they see your email come up instead of the email address that will be popped up automatically from this screen. So again, send it to yourself and then forward it to your guest so that when they reply, it goes to your email address. So go back here. And now we've shown you the Earn More Commissions tab. If you wanted to book through here, you can, and you will make up to 15%. However, there is a $15 admin fee because you're kind of asking our Nest people to book this for you. So that's a really, kind of a big change. You just put the information and they do the booking process. The only thing is it's a little harder if you need to make any cancellations or changes. It's going to be going through a middleman again. So it's not my favorite way to book, but you run your business the way you'd like to, and I want you to know all your opportunities. So let's say I booked this February 4th cruise and I said select. I'm going to show you what a trip builder does. First of all, they always come in first suites. Now insides are down here, then outsides, balconies, then suites. You could do your lowest fare, or you can even do different fares like travel advisor fares, Interline program. Interline program is travel personnel, travel advisor only rates. So lots of different options, resident rates. So you put that in there. How many people are going, of course, if they have a past guest number, that can always get them discounts as well. If there's a coupon code, and that really kind of rolls into more CLIA information that we'll go over later. But if you come up here and you see your insider rate, you select that, and I'm just giving this as an example. And it just says, make sure that you're selecting the correct rate. So if I had said it was a military rate, they have to be a military and show proof. That's what they mean. You can specify the cabin and see that there's a nice cabin layout. Here's a really quick, easy way to see the ship. Maybe I want to check upper, and I decided on this particular cabin. So I press yes, and I'm going into the trip builder, which is very cool. Now there's one thing in my trip builder here. What if I wanted to like add on a hotel, add items? Let's go to hotel and just see what they got here. Again, these are just quotes. You don't have to book anything. You can actually just send the guests a quote. So they usually put the dates in. Maybe I'll go a day before. That's the normal to go to the hotel a day before a cruise. I might decide to at least change the stars so that all the super expensive hotels don't come up. And Trip Express will build this for you and show you what we have for hotels. Hotels right now at this time of taping is 10%. They're automated and you can add or subtract from there. Notice again, ascending to descending, the most expensive hotels come up first. So I'm going to change it to descending and then sort. And I'm going to stay at the Sheraton Suites. So let's pick the Sheraton Suites, view the hotel. It also has a compare button like before, but you can view the hotel and it has a lot of nice information you could send your guests to so that they can kind of read up on it, what's available, what amenities they have. But naturally, we're looking at pricing. So it will give you different pricing. On this particular one, Sabre, the GDS is coming up. Sometimes we have other options to book too, but we could book this one. Let's just say I book a guarantee and I just book one room. So I'm going to go up here, even though it's 2 guests, I put 1 room. And then I'm going to add it to trip. So now this is again is our trip builder. So this is our trip builder where we can actually now see we've got the cruise and we've got the hotel. Okay. Now we proceed to booking. And now at this point, we can see everything. We can see the Carnival Cruise. We can see the Sheraton Suites. We can see some of the cancellation information. Cancellation policies are already pre-populated in there, which is very nice. This is a little confusing for some people because it says commissions won't be paid unless W-9's on file. That is regarding the agency, the host agency, us, not the agent, you, because we are paying you from that. So don't worry about that. Now, this is really cool. It comes up like this. This is actually the itinerary. You can change the photos. You can upload your own photos. You can really customize this template and send a nice professional looking document to your guests, which is very cool. You could add their information here, of course, their name, et cetera, et cetera. But again, we're just quoting and we're just trying to do a little something to show you. You can also customize this when you do send out their finalized report. You can say, today we're at sea, we're going to go to deck 7 at noon for a party, right? So our meet and greet. So there's little informational pieces you can put in here. Everything is very customizable. It's beautiful. It really works. It's easy to use. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. You see, you're going to see where you're going. That's all pulled from the ship's information. So publish itinerary and then client's first and last name. And again, I always send it to myself and I forward to my client from my email address, just so that they recognize the email. And then when they reply, it goes into my email. So you could send it to them, but it'll come from a foreign email address and it might find it their spam or they might just miss it. But anyway, so you can publish itinerary there. This is your email address. Or there's other options. So when I hit this publish itinerary button, you're going to see this is the link. And so I can copy this link and I can just send it in an email to the guests. I could send it in Facebook Messenger. I could send it in really any social content, any social media platform, so that they could see exactly what I saw from this link. They just need my email address, this email address, to get into the link. So again, I use my email address. You could use yours. It's really up to you. I just like to stay consistent, that just so that it seems easier for my guests. They know what to expect. Okay, so that's very, very fun. That's one of my favorite things about Nest. This is the customer view. You can also send an invoice and it'll give you, it's not as pretty, but you can download it into a PDF. This is a PDF. Sometimes you just need different ways of sending things. So that's a PDF form. And or you could do the email the trip like I just showed you. So that works very well. And again, it's very customizable. You can add and subtract any pictures, which is really cool. It makes it really nice. Very good. Okay, moving right along, going back to the home page. So back to home. So again, so much to learn, right? It's always overwhelming, but just resources and the Learning Center. This is where we have where our representative Rosemary has pushed Nest Learning Center, all of these resources for video training. So we will do some live trainings, but the video pre-recorded trainings are all right here, which is really nice. So you can watch that. Social Connect is another big deal I'd like to get into. The Travel Club, this is a place where you can actually create your own PDFs that have your information on them. So much to do to learn, but this is a great resource and I highly recommend on some downtime going and checking out some of these pre-recorded trainings under the home button under resources. Okay, and now edit your profile. You can edit your profile. I've put your information in, but you can edit yours. You can edit your picture. You can edit the information that's in there. That's your edit profile area right up there. All right, so back to home for now. There's so much to learn. I'm Shelby. You're fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye. And don't forget, I want to connect on social with you. Facebook, Shelby Frenette, ShelbyLive.com. And we have Instagram, Solo Travel Expert. And of course, Solo Travel TV, YouTube. And LinkedIn, Shelby Frenette. I'm Shelby. You're fabulous. I'll see you on social.